Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. We are from Group 4 from Section 18, UNGS 2290, and we are going to be presenting about our topic today, which is preserving Islamic identity amidst global migration, the challenges of brain drain in Muslim majority countries. So before we move on to that, we would like to introduce ourselves first. So my name is Islamic binti Muhammad Nizam, and I'm going to be presenting the discussion and analysis and findings part for preservation of Islamic identity.
My name is Jung Falahiyah. My matric number is 2224010, and my part is introduction.
My name is Mariam Akila, matric number 2319358, and I will explain literature review and solution part number 1.
My name is Afza Alina Fahana binti Jamudin. Matric number is 2317938, and I will be cover the part of literature review 2 and also the second solution.
Okay, my name is Nur Arfa binti Muhammad Zulkifli, matric number 2311970, and I'll be presenting the findings and results for this case study.
My name is Mesara Uzma binti Fatim Nur Mohsin with the matric number 2310658, and I will be presenting the conclusion.
Assalamualaikum. First of all, I would like to introduce about this topic. Nowadays, more people than ever are moving across the world, and the information spread quickly between the countries. Muslim majority countries face significant challenges that demand our attention. Globalization has a profound impact on various aspects of life, including cultural, economic, politics, and education, creating a complex landscape where Muslim community must navigate both the opportunity and challenges. At the heart of this issue, the significant brain drain of talented professional and the critical need to preserve Islamic identity. This situation requires a comprehensive approach through the several key strategies. These include strengthening community involvement through the cultural event and religious education, development education support network, and integrating Islamic education to model curricula. Our goals are clear. We want to preserve Islamic custom and principle for the future generation, while also creating environment that encourage skilled professionals to remain in our return to their home countries. The solution in fostering an atmosphere that balances Islamic value with the global progress, supporting by the coordinated effort in the research, policy making, and community initiative. This approach will enable Muslim majority countries to participate fully in the global community while maintaining their rich Islamic heritage.
Okay, now I will go to the literature review part number 1 about how cultural and religious alienation affect brain drain in Muslim majority countries. When Muslims migrate to non-Muslim countries, they often face difficulty adjusting due to the cultural and religious differences. Many feel alienated because of Islamophobia and discrimination. This can make it hard to integrate into their host societies. For instance, according to Kishin 2017, anti-Muslim crimes in the US saw a sharp rise between 2015 and 2016, therefore creating an unwelcoming environment for migrants in US. This alienation isn't just caused by external factors. Sometimes, resistance to multiculturalism and religious diversity within their home countries adds to the problem. The process of othering, where Muslims are seen to be fundamentally different or incompatible, makes these challenges worse and discourage migrants from staying connected to their roots. Okay, for example, in 2023, Council on American-Islamic Relations (CAIR) and the 2024 Islamophobia Response Unit (IRU) reported significant increases in anti-Muslim incidents linked to global conflicts. This experience pushed many talented Muslims to feel disconnected from both their countries and their homelands, deepening the effect of brain drain. To tackle this, host country must create inclusive environment that respect cultural and religious differences. At the same time, home countries need to foster acceptance and opportunities for returning professionals.
Okay, so for the discussion and analysis, cultural alienation plays a significant role in why individuals choose to immigrate, with religious discrimination being a major factor. Muslim immigrants often face challenges such as job and housing discrimination, particularly due to the visible symbols of Islamic identity, like wearing hijab for the Muslim women. Okay, for instance, the American Bar Association found that Muslim job applicants receive fewer callbacks than non-Muslim colleagues with similar qualifications. This not only limits economic opportunity, but also fosters feelings of isolation, that discourage migrants from contributing to society or returning to their home countries. In predominantly Muslim countries, rising extremism and political instability further push skilled individuals to leave their country. Research from HTS Geology Studies shows that these conditions drive educated people to seek safety and better prospects abroad, creating a brain drain that weakens the country's potential for growth and worsens the political instability. Globally, anti-Muslim sentiment has surged during the conflicts like the Palestine-Israel crisis. Reports from the Center for American Information and Research and the Islamophobia response highlight that the increase of workplace discrimination, hate crimes, and social alienation increase because of these issues. Okay, so to conclude, cultural and religious alienation deeply affects Muslim migrants and contributes to brain drain, emphasizing the urgent need for structural changes to address the challenges and foster better global relations.
Let's move on to our next agenda, which is literature review. So today I want to talk about an international migration and how it actually affects the Islamic identity. So migration has always been part of human history, but in this recent time, it has led to being called as brain drain. So this means that skilled workers and also professionals leave their hometown and countries to seek for better opportunities abroad. So while this benefits individuals, it also raises some concern about preserving cultural and also religious identities, especially in terms of Islamic identities. So when people move to the new country, they experience new cultures, belief, and also lifestyle. According to Al Ali and Muhajir 2019, identity is not something that is fixed. Instead, it changes as people interact with their different cultures. So this means that Muslim migrants may struggle to balance between their religious belief and also the expectation with their new society. Similarly, Bola 2020 pointed out that Muslim migrants in Europe often face challenges due to the difference in culture and also religions. So they are sometimes seen as the outsiders and also struggle to be fully accepted by their new country. So besides such challenges, personal struggles also play a role. Gambari Jahromi and also Marzale 2024 also found out that many migrants feel lonely, stressed, and so sometimes feel hopeless because they cannot fully fit into their new culture environment. So this stress increase when their culture, religious practices are misunderstood or not accepted by their society. 2022 also explained that Muslim migrants face a dilemma. They want to adapt to the new culture, but also they want to hold on their Islamic values. So this can create an internal struggle as they feel torn between two worlds. So for example, in secular societies, religion practices such as wearing a hijab and also observing prayer times be challenging. So in conclusion, migration brings many opportunities, but it also presents challenges. So especially for those who are trying to maintain their religious identity. Muslim migration might face some pressure from both their host countries and also their own countries. So finding a balance between cultural adaptation and migration identity is not easy, but understanding these challenges can help to have more inclusive in societies.
Moving on to part 1 for discussion and analysis, I would like to lay down a few key points for discussion and findings. Firstly, for discussion and critical analysis, we found that the intersection of brain drain and Islamic identity. Brain drain, the migration of skilled professionals, impacts Islamic identity in significant ways. Migrants often leave behind environments rich in Islamic institutions and support systems, which are crucial for maintaining their faith and cultural identity. So according to Iqbal and Raza, this transition can result in difficulties practicing their religion openly or providing Islamic education for the children in host countries. Secondly, it has an impact on cultural and religious continuity. So the migration of young professionals disrupt the transfer of Islamic values across generations. Many host nations lack the infrastructure like mosques or halal services that is needed to support Muslims in practicing their faith. So as Esposito and Vol points out, this creates a gap both in the migrants' life and in their home countries, where fewer role models remain to uphold their Islamic tradition. Lastly, for critical analysis, it has been found that it affected identity negotiation in host nation. So Muslims in the diaspora often find themselves balancing integration with the preservation of their religious identity. Find that while some strengthen their faith in response to cultural differences, others may adopt more secular habits under assimilation pressures. This tension can lead to identity conflict, particularly for second-generation migrants.
Okay, now I will talk about solution to prevent our problem. To address cultural and religious alienation among Muslim migrants, promoting Islamic cultural awareness through education, interfaith dialogues and multicultural events is key to breaking stereotypes and fostering respect. Muslim-majority countries can reduce brain drain by offering incentives like tax break and house aid to returning migrants. Building strong communities with mosques, cultural hubs and support networks can provide essential services like Islamic education, halal food and job assistance. Organizations like Qatar Charity have made significant contributions by funding mosques and income programs, improving migrant experience and reducing brain drain impacts.
The next solution to reduce brain drain while preserving Islamic identity, we can create Islamic professional and education networks. So this network can help the skilled workers to share their knowledge, mentor others and continue religious education, keeping them connected to their faith while growing in their careers. So they can also work with their host government to promote Islamic friendly policies in workplace and also schools. So this can reduce conflict between faith and professional life. Muslim professionals can balance their careers and also belief while benefiting both their home and also their host countries.
The next part we will explore how the Quran and Hadith emphasize the importance of migration, hijrah, in the preservation of Islamic identity, especially during time of the oppressions. In the Surah An-Nisa, verse number 497, we find a powerful message from Allah. This verse highlights the obligation to the migrant when facing oppressions, illustrating the migration of the Prophet like Adam and Moses as an example seeking freedom to practice one faith. And secondly, the Hadith literature further reinforces this term of the Prophet Muhammad said that whoever migrates for the sake of the Allah will find on the earth many places of refuge and abundance. This indicates the migration for the faith is not only permissible, but also this is the rewarded. In summary, both Quran and Hadith highlight the vital role of migration in the safeguarding Islamic identity amid challenges.
Results and findings in some Muslim majority countries, poor leadership and political instability create conditions that restrict personal freedoms and hinder professional development. According to Hashim and Abu Bakr, inadequate democratic systems often drive talented individuals to emigrate in pursuit of better socio-political opportunities. These governance failures erode citizens' confidence in their country's ability to ensure stability and foster growth that contributes to the brain drain. Okay, so additionally, cultural alienation among Muslim youth possess significant challenges to the brain drain. So discrimination in host countries often pressures individuals to adapt to their surroundings, leading to the loss of their true Islamic identity. This growing detachment from Islamic culture and an increased acceptance of atheism further contributes to the issue as individuals seek environments where they feel more accepted. Okay, so globalization adds to these challenges by introducing Western norms that clash with the traditional Islamic values. Raza, a researcher, highlights how these cultural conflicts causes identity crisis, particularly among young people, prompting them to migrate in search of environments that align with their aspirations. All right, so to conclude, governance failure, cultural alienation, and globalization pressure collectively drive brain drain in Muslim-majority countries. As individuals leave their country in search of better opportunities, acceptance, and alignment with their values.
And result for part 2, I will lay down a few key points also. So firstly, the brain drains dual impact on the sending and the receiving nation. So for the sending nation, they lose skilled professional and it weakens their country for innovation and the sustainability of Islamic education. A 2022 OIC survey found that 68% of professionals in some member states migrate for better opportunities abroad. And for the receiving nation, while migrants contribute economically, they face systemic barriers to practicing their faith, such as limited access to prayer spaces or halal services. Secondly, the evolving nature of Islamic identity as the result of brain drain. So the findings show that the younger migrants are redefining Islamic identity to harmonize faith with modernity. So this involves retaining core Islamic values while selectively adapting to the cultural norms of their host countries. Thirdly, the role of Islamic diaspora networks in terms of brain drain. So organizations like Islamic Society of North America, ISNA, and the Muslim Council of Britain, MCB, plays a crucial role in maintaining the Islamic identity. So they provide resources for education, community building, and cultural preservation, ensuring a sense of belonging for Muslims in the diaspora. Okay. In conclusion, the preservation of Islamic identity amid brain drain requires intentional efforts by individuals, communities, and governments. Strategies such as fostering strong diaspora networks, supporting Islamic institutions abroad, and maintaining transnational ties are vital to addressing these challenges.
To conclude the presentation, the challenge that Muslim migrants face in maintaining their cultural and religious values, particularly in Western societies, is growing due to issues like brain drain and cultural alienation. This issue is significant for Muslim migrants as they must balance their Islamic identity with their new life abroad. And the importance of preserving Islamic identity in migration challenges can be addressed through the countries with a majority Muslim population, like promoting cultural awareness, offer incentives for returning professionals to prevent brain drain, and apart from that, the conversation between different religious groups are also essential for Muslims to adapt to their new environment without losing their belief and cultural values. From the Islamic perspective, it is important to preserve Islamic teachings as they reflect the values that Muslims should uphold. The purpose of Muslim migrants leave their country is to free themselves from the challenges, but turns out to face another new kind of challenges in another country. But it is fine because Allah will always help His servants as long as we believe in Him, regardless of who we are and wherever we are.
With the conclusion, it marks the end of our presentation. So that's all from us. Thank you.